Good afternoon, Mr. Anwar. My name is Ashwin Mohan. I would like to do an interview today for my physics ISU project. Okay, without further ado, could we start this interview?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Could you please describe your job function currently?
Okay, my profession is I'm an engineer by nature, and currently I'm a vice president,
Mm-hmm.
managing all the assets within the group, covering Malaysia and Egypt.
I see.
And Malaysia we have combined cycle plant, whereas in Egypt it's more of a thermal power plants.
Right.
Yeah. So basically managing the assets,
Mm-hmm.
how effective we run the power plant in terms of business goal, and of course to the needs of the shareholders.
Right. Thank you. Who influenced your decision for this career? When you're younger,
Well,
what was your drive?
nobody influenced me. It's just
Yeah.
that after I finished my Form 6,
Yep.
when I got my results, I was keen to, I'm good in maths and of course physics and chemistry. So
Mm-hmm.
it was just by nature, I just thought, okay, this is the right line for me, and I got into the local U,
That's
Malayan
great.
U, and that's how it works.
That's great. That's great. Um, how early in your life did you decide your career path?
No,
If you could remember.
it's after graduating.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Form 6,
Yeah.
then went into MU to do my engineering, and I'm a scholar in TNB.
Right.
Those
Right.
days is LLM.
Right.
So, and bonded. Okay,
Okay.
so when I
Okay.
graduated, so I got to work for LLN or TNB now, and I was posted into a power station.
Right. Right.
My first posting was in head office to do a project, diesel power plant for rural electrification.
Oh, that's
So
good.
from
Yeah.
there, I started to build up my career.
Mm-hmm. What skills would be necessary for your career? Just in general, what do you?
Well, I mean, if you ask from day one to where I am now,
Yep.
of course, your engineering background is important. If you're in a power station, uh, thermodynamics paper and mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's a quite an interesting skill that you need to gain in
Yep.
order to
Yep.
understand how a
Sure.
power
Sure.
plant is being operated
Sure.
and how to do maintenance and so on. But as you progress in your career and being what I am now, you must have uh, some know-how on how to run a business.
Right.
So I have taken up masters in business administration.
Oh.
It
Right.
really gives you a lot of what do you call it, way how to think, how to run. Rather than when you're an engineer, you're very focused. You always look at specific things.
So you have a big advantage because you did
Yeah,
your masters.
yeah,
Right.
that's right. Yeah.
Right. Okay. How passionate are you in your career, and like if you can give some like examples?
As I said, from day one, I'm in power generation.
Right.
I think now I'm what 24 years, 26, 24 years in power generation. It's all about power plants. So I've done a lot of things in power stations. I've done a major modification when I was in Pakistan on an air intake. We
Right.
even go against the OEM because of the different environment. The way that they design does not suit the environment there.
Mm-hmm.
So we look into how we operate and see the problems of the unit and then propose a modification. It's a very interesting career.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So a lot of things I can talk a lot, but that's
Yeah.
one of the main thing that we have that I can share with you.
That's good. That's good. How does the market look like now? Are there like if I graduate today, are there going to be jobs for me, and how the market look like in 10 years from now?
That you should ask your dad. Your dad is in the same line. But I think, uh, I mean, if you talk about Malaysian market, as long as there is a booming in the country, as long as the country is progressing, then of course the demand is there. But if there's an economy slowdown, then the demand will be low.
For sure. Yeah.
So currently, of course, I think it's hard to find engineers who is involved. It's very difficult to get many engineers in power industries. But as the time goes by, I think so far in the next 5 years shouldn't be a problem. I think Malaysia's economy is good.
That's good. Okay. Um. I would like some advice from you. What first and second hand experiences I should get if I want to pursue your career path?
Advice from me.
Yeah.
Well, I think you should. For me, what do you mean by first and second experience?
Like when I come out from university, what do you think I should? What was the first job opportunity I should go for?
Well, I was lucky, in a sense that I'm a scholar.
Right.
So when I graduated, I got to work with the company.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, working for somebody, I got to be truthful. I must be a company man. Company comes first, then only the rest of the things. When I was young, that has created, given me the part or the courage to work more, because the more you work for the company and the company recognize your capability, you will end up improving in your working life and get a better career progress in the company.
Right. Right.
So for me, basically, is if you're working for somebody, you got to be really truthful, and you got to be, every dollar you spend in the company, there must be a value added,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not your money, it's the company. As long as the company is healthy, you are taken care.
Right. Okay.
So that's all I can say.
Thank you. What physically demanding? How physically demanding would your career be right now?
Right now, okay, we don't do much of physical,
Right.
more of paper pushing,
How
But
do you progress?
when you, as a fresh engineer, I think your dad can also say the same thing. I mean, you got to be really involved, hands-on. Although you're a graduate, you got to be hands-on, and you should focus not only on your discipline. You should also focus on the surrounding discipline. No? Like I'm actually a mechanical grad.
Right.
Okay. Everybody thinks that I should know how to do only maintenance of the rotary machines or the gas turbine or so, but I really involved in electrical, INC, and operation. So I went through all this discipline, So that's why, with at the initial stage where you really put your heart to your job, you learn a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
As you progress your career, you can control your business unit even from head office. See, I got an asset in Egypt. My country manager calls me, and he tells me everything, and I can understand. But if you're only focusing on one discipline, if it tells you got many other problems, you have got to ask for somebody to teach you what to do. And also, when you're young, you're energetic, you should really focus in all other discipline related to your work. That helps you a lot.
That's good. How much physics do you use in your daily life?
Physics,
Yeah.
You mean physics?
Yeah, like how, like related to physics, would you say you use any of your background knowledge
I
from
mean,
physics?
physics helped me to complete my engineering.
Yeah.
Because some of the physics, what I have learned in Form 6, are also part of the syllabus in engineering. As of now, in my career, basically more of power industries.
Right.
So
Okay.
it doesn't. There are a few things that,
Yeah.
that what we learn in physics, you apply in your working environment, but not much. More of thermodynamics
Right.
and fluid mechanics, that kind of things.
Sure. My last question would be: would you choose the same path if you had to choose it again? Would you choose the same career?
But as an engineer now, of course, I can say this is my line. But as I'm in this position, as a vice president, I think the best is you should also know uh, how to manage a business unit, which you require finance know-how, accounting know-how, and also HR skills.
Right.
So if you ask me, I think I will change it to finance and accounting. That's why people, when they grow in the corporate,
Yeah.
they become the boss. People like us, we have to work for them.
That's interesting. I think that's about it Thank you so much, Mr. Anwar.
Hey,
That
thank you.
concludes
Thank you. My
interview.
pleasure, man. My pleasure.
Thanks so much.